Hey, my Taurus babies, this is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope everybody is having a good week and a good start to their month of December. This is going to be Taurus's weekend update. We're rolling Friday through Tuesday. Friday the 6th through Tuesday the 10th. Next Tuesday. Oh, and I apologize. I know I should have been on here days ago, but I have some very serious stuff going on in my family. So that has taken me away from here. I will be on here a couple more times before the beginning of next week, but my time right now is kind of limited. So I apologize ahead of time. It's just the way the universe is kicking shit out right now, and it is difficult, to say the best, to say the least. At any rate, this is the weekend update for Taurus. We're going Friday through Tuesday. We're going to do enhanced reading as always. So 5 cards plus 2 for the overall energy for this weekend. And I will let the oracle cards fall where they will. For some of you, there's a lot of transitioning going on. In transition, you can put that on any level, however you want to take it. I will not be surprised to see any kind of death or transformation cards popping up here. As we get closer to Uranus going direct on January 12th, just about a month away, a little over a month away, you will see we are getting ready to get to the meat and potatoes of Uranus being in Taurus. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Tuesday. Overall recognition and reward. Didn't I say transformation? I ain't playing. I know y'all think I'm half crazy. I really ain't. So there's a transformation card in your overall energy. Many of you, and I'm sorry I stopped mid-sentence, with Uranus in our sign right now, we are going through transformation. As we get closer to it going direct, damn double card, boy, I'll tell you. You will see things happening that will be completely and totally out of your control, but they are going to force the transformation anyway. And that is the purpose of all of this in the first place, for change. I know a lot of y'all are like, fuck this, some bullshit and some more shit, but it is what it is. Transformation. So your overall energy towards, with the double on top of the recognition and reward, those of you that have been grinding down, and let me do my housekeeping shit first. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. You know I love y'all. Y'all know I do. I do this just because y'all are watching. I know you're watching, and if it's helping you, I'm glad for you. A reminder: I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. What was I getting ready to say? This is gonna go 5 or 6 different ways. Eat the meat, leave the bones. For those of you that are dealing with karmic relationships, or even at a level of karmic relationships work-wise. So if you got people around you at work, I know y'all like, I know karmic can be right. Yes, you can deal with karmic relationships at work for sure. Even at work, so it's relationship oriented for some of you, it's work oriented for others of you, it's family, that whole little thing. For another group of you. So however it's resonating, but the overall energy with the recognition and reward, whatever karmic relationships you have in your life, that's kind of been your focus, even though in that process you may have been ignoring somebody, blocking somebody, deleting somebody, you still had your focus on them. A lot of you trying to figure out why this person is acting the way they act from a romantic perspective. Why is this person not opening up? Why are they so emotionally distant? From a work perspective, how come I can't get any further? Why do these people keep doing this to me? Y'all hear me? From a family perspective, why do these people keep following me to fuck around? Why is my cousin always calling me with this bullshit? Why is my niece always, y'all hear me? So whatever thread that's resonating with you on, just know you are now getting ready to get into a piece of recognition and reward, and you're feeling this. Obviously, it's in your overall energy. People are going to start recognizing you really are. Yeah, that kind of shit. You too will also be recognizing relationships for what they really are to you. Let's just back that up with the back end of your overall energy. The blinders are beginning to come off. Transformation, girl. I'm just saying, for a lot of you, you're beginning to look at things that you didn't see before, as it relates to romantic relationships. Maybe seeing things about your partner in a good way that you hadn't seen before. And for some of you, maybe even in a negative sense. I didn't know you belched every time you said hello. I just now noticing that kind of shit. So at work, beginning to notice the flaws. That's really what's coming back for work. The shit that's just not working right on your job. And maybe it's time for transformation. Maybe a work makeover. I'm just saying. But this is the overall energy and kind of encapsulated. You're looking at the situations and relationships. For some of you, they're not karmic, but they've got strong chemical ties. I'll just put it like that. Even in negative situations, it's all you keep getting into the same discussion with somebody at work, and it always ends up just nasty, and everybody leaving the lunchroom like fuck you. So take it for what it's worth. But overall, Taurus, you're beginning to take the blinders off, and this is all part of the transformation. That's what I was saying when I was shuffling the cards. It's all part of the transformation, and what we're going through, and being forced into situations and having to look at them without them damn blinders on, and realizing this is major arcana. So this ain't no small little punk ass day-to-day shit. This is big shit. Being forced to look at situations for what they really are, and understanding where the recognition or maybe not even the recognition, just the damn reward is. Some of you may have finally gotten through with a partner, and maybe the light bulb just popped on and they did something for you or said something to you. It made you go back, well, maybe you do have a scruple or two. That's the kind of thing you got going on for your overall. For tomorrow, and be mindful, I'm saying tomorrow could be Sunday, shit. Time is fluid. The energy will go as it goes. So some of this may hit you now. Some of it might not hit you till next week. So just be mindful of that. But for tomorrow, new relationships. So those of you that are newly in relationships, and maybe this is with, what are my cups? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or someone that has that energy in their natal chart somewhere. But it's about new beginnings. It's about, dipping your heart in that cup and trying to get to that firm foundation. Some of you may have your focus on this weekend with a new lover or partner, or new spouse, just looking towards the future. For others of you, this might be the beginning. You may go out somewhere this weekend and, ooh, where'd you come from? So be on the lookout for that. Those of you already in long-term, well-established relationships, there may be some renewal somewhere and firming up the foundation. Not just a firm foundation, but firming it up. There may be, for some of you, house things that need to be done if you're getting ready for the holidays, if you're here in the Americas, getting ready for Christmas, New Year's. Those of you in long-term, long-standing relationships, got a lot of emphasis on house and where you live, your abode, your home, your hearth, that whole thing. So a lot of you may be working on the house this weekend. For Saturday's energy with the Queen of Swords and the discontent and boredom, some of you are job. Y'all like, fuck this. Let's take this paycheck somewhere else. And you're feeling it. And a lot of times, I'm going to say this, a lot of times on the weekends when you begin to stand back and evaluate what you really are doing during the week. Getting up, going to work, then you're dealing with a bunch of assholes you can't stand. How come you're still in this job? What can I do to get the hell out of that job? And so for some of you, you may be going back to the drawing board and revamping, rewriting resumes. And let me say this. I saw it, and I promise you for the life of me, I can't remember where Mercury is right now. But Mercury is monkeying around in the galaxy. I'm going to just throw that out there. You know, you can't just go retrograde and then go straight and leave shit alone. No, you got to go back and do some extra shit. So for those of you that are still feeling like you are just dead smack ass in the middle of Mercury retrograde, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. I swear to God, today was like a day from hell. Every redo, makeover, and review I can do, I did it. And it was all messed up. Everything was messed up. So if you still are feeling like that, Google Mercury and just figure out where it is. I can't remember. I saw it a couple days ago. I've had a bazillion things happen to me since then. See where Mercury is. It's clowning. You got Jupiter, you got Saturn, you got Neptune, you got Mercury, and I think Mars is monkeying around. So if you've noticed any kind of aggressive behavior, I have. Not so much driving, but just with people at work. You know, one dude walked up to my desk today. Bam, I don't like it here. Okay, well, all right then. Thank you for sharing. And it is aggressive energy. It's not really anything anybody can do, and it's not really anything where somebody's doing something to prompt it. It's just people are irritated, aggravated, and fucked up, and so they're taking it out on everybody. Be mindful of that, especially over the weekend. If you're shopping, people's patience is just like that. So the discontent and boredom part of this, a lot of you have been aware of this. It could be for some of you, relationship. This is about getting that resume together. If it's for work, if this is relationship oriented for you, that's how it's resonating. It may be time to go back to the table and start talking about boundaries. I don't know, I saw boundaries when I was shuffling the cards before I got on cam earlier, and the claim your boundaries card came up in the oracle deck while I was shuffling. I'm going to claim your boundaries, and I'm thinking I have some things to do coming up, and I'm like, maybe when I get there I need to claim my boundaries. But it's resonating right here. You may need to say, hey boo boo, we need to have a conversation. Because some of you may be feeling like your partner is just kind of trampling over your goodness, for lack of a better phrase. So, you know, they know you ain't going to say too much if they're late, this, that, and the other, da-da-da. But they keep showing up late, and your patience is getting a little thin. So, that discontent part, some of you may need to have a conversation with your partner this weekend. When we get to Sunday's energy, we get to the centerpiece of your weekend thing going on here. It's really about the fulfillment of wishes. And with the Justice card on top as a major card, for some of you, I'm going to say the upcoming week even is going to bring about circumstances that are finally going to just get some shit right. Bring it back into balance. Get whatever justice anybody needs. And it feels like Taurus, you've been the one that's been duped and duped out. So anything that will help to bring the fulfillment of your wishes, that's kind of going to be not so much a challenge, but a focus to be mindful that it's happening. Because a lot of times we aren't mindful. We're not paying attention, and shit is happening so quickly, especially around this time of the year. You're dealing with people you normally don't deal with. If you work in a kind of environment where you have to deal with customers or patients or people coming to you for some service, you may notice people just kind of, you know, doing things, and in turn it will help you get your perspective in balance. So focus on the fulfillment of your wishes, because it's happening. But if you're not paying attention, then you'll miss it completely. And there will be things, just be mindful, things coming into balance. And really not so much the justice piece of this, and this is Libra energy, air energy, but just things, even for some of you, it may be just mentally, things just kind of happening as it relates to the fulfillment of your wishes, whatever it is, relationship, entrepreneurial little thing you got going on, having a bigger social circle, whatever that wish is, you'll see this. Things happening to kind of bring everything into balance so it can happen for you. Again, not an obstacle or a challenge, just something to focus on. When we get to Monday's energy, prosperity begins with the Lover's card. Having those kinds of conversations long term. This is a major card. Long term about your relationship and where you can just kind of see your abundance. That's what I'll say. Because it feels like those of you in relationships, not so much long term, but maybe within the last year, 6 months, 8 months, somewhere like that, you haven't really seen the prosperous part of your relationship. This has been a kind of a grind. You know, okay, go to dinner, we go home, we go to bed, get up, go to work, that kind of shit. You're getting ready to enter a phase where you will see where your sacrifices are beginning to pay off. And that's where that prosperity begins. Peace is not necessarily money, but just abundance. You have enough time to do the things you want to do. You have enough money to do the things you want to do. You have enough room to live the kind of life you want to live. That kind of stuff. Another major card. And again, Uranus, you know, and unlike Mercury, Uranus has kind of been, you know, doing the moonwalk back for a shuffle. So you may get a little bit and then it'll go back. And you may get a little more and it'll go back. And as we get closer to it going straight again, you get a little more back, more back. Y'all feel me? However your relationship, though, this is really resonating with relationships. However your relationship has not seen any abundance, get ready. Get ready. And again, we're coming back to the Justice card. It's really that energy. We're in that energy right now where things are just kind of coming into balance. A lot of you may have people that are transitioning out of your life. They're dying and things are just changing. Again, it's the universe's way of bringing things back into balance. I know we don't always deal with death that way, but that is surely universe's way of bringing things into balance. For others of you, it may be animals. You may have small pets, dogs, cats, that kind of thing, that may be just aging out and they die. I know you're like, hey, she's talking about death, but it's a fact of life. And I don't look at death anymore like that end of the world thing. I think the hurt and the pain comes from the fact that you won't be able to relate to this person or pet or thing, whatever it is, at the level you're used to. That's really what death is about. You're no longer able to talk to that person, touch that person, feel that person or animal like you did when they were living. That don't mean shit, though. That don't mean they're gone. They have just taken another form. So if you're present and you're prescient, y'all hear me, get your dictionaries. You'll feel the change. I've had a lot of people down the last 10, 15 years. I'm like, ooh, you ain't gone nowhere, please. And not because I have any special kind of psychic ability. It's simply because I just changed my perspective on death. It's not when somebody's gone, they're gone. No, they're not gone. They're not gone. They've just gone into a different realm. And so some of us can feel it more readily. So you've got a whole YouTube thing of tarot readers. But people that don't have any kind of psychic ability or are not attuned to it, you still may feel your loved one. You just have to change your perspective. Once you change your perspective, once again, we're talking about bringing things into balance. That's a part of life, bringing things into balance. So those of you that are going through it, just know all is well. And this is not the end of anything. This is just a stop on a very, very big map. And some of us get out of here sooner than others. Some of us leave easy, some of us don't. But just be mindful that it's a transition and it's not the end of anything. Again, start looking for the prosperity in your life, the abundance, all that hard work you've been doing. Now it's time to start enjoying some of that. We get to Tuesday's energy, the sacral chakra, the I want. It's about spontaneity. You're trying to get what you want. You're trying to manifest that thing, that person, that relationship, that car, that job. All that shit that you want. It really requires you to be present in the moment and to get a little spontaneous. And that's really what's popping off of here, the spontaneity. Trying to manifest a bunch of stuff, sitting up in your room on your bed with all the candles lit in the om position going om. Yeah, okay, that's not going to make it happen any faster. Throw your request out there to the universe. Universe, I want a Jaguar. Y'all know I love Jaguars. I want a Jaguar. Throw that out there. And go do something else. Don't sit on your bed belly aching about, I ain't got my Jaguar. What am I doing wrong? No. To get that I want, you got to be in the present moment. You can't be way off in the future nowhere. You damn sure can't be pedaling your way to the back, to the past. You can't. It's not going to work. So this is universe just giving you a heads up. Those things that you want and that you're trying to manifest, drop it. Do something else. And when you take your attention off of it, I promise you, it'll get to you a whole lot quicker than you sitting up on your bed talking about om. I'm just saying. And there's nothing wrong for all you omers out there. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you overdo it and you just are so focused on, you know, how come you don't have it and where is it and I want it now and all that shit, hey, that ain't helping. That's not helping. So just throw your request out to the universe about what you want and let it go. Go do something else. Go crayon, go color, go play with the kids, go play with the dogs, the cats, whatever you do. You're on the East Coast, go skiing or go cross country skiing or go just take a damn walk in the snow. We always bitching and complaining, it's cool though. Damn it, go outside. Why not? That's a gift from the universe. Just saying. If it were hot, man, half of y'all, if you lived out here, and then what did I tell you about that? Claim your boundaries. Whoop, boop, boop. If y'all lived out here in the desert, y'all would just die. Oh, it's so hot because it's hot out here year round. Even right now in the winter, averages about 60, between 60 and 70 in the daytime, depending on what day of the week. It's still warm compared to 32, 43, 18, some other crazy shit. I'm just saying. So, you know, enjoy the gifts of the universe. Enjoy the gifts that the universe is giving you. Complain about the snow and how bad it is to drive on it. It is. But you don't always have to be driving on the snow. I'm just saying. Alright. Let's see what the oracle cards got to say to us. Back to basics. Put that right there. Didn't I say it was time for crayons? Damn it. Put that right there. Make a note of it. Put that right there. Ask your spirit helpers. Put that right there. Call on your joy guides. So, new person, new love, new whatever it is, job, whatever, because this is just the beginning. The heart obviously indicates love and romance, but the energy that's coming back is wide open. It can be for anything. Call on your joy guides. Do that. So they can help you see the joy in starting a new relationship or starting a new job. Sometimes we just, literally, I know a lot of people, they get into new relationships, it's a fucking chore. Yeah. Call all your joy guys. Sometimes we let other things seep off into the wrong parts of our life and we just are miserable asses 360. So call on your joy guides to help you know where the happiness is, just throwing it out there, and where the good shit is. So you're not dwelling on just the work of it all. Back to basics. Old girl right here. Setting boundaries, claiming boundaries. Restructuring, going back to the table, having a conversation. You know, you keep telling me you're going to be home at 5 and every day is getting later and later. Now you're going to get home till 8. What's up with that? Get back to the basics on that. However that's resonating. Even at work. If shit is just getting ready to get off the rails or it's off, get back to basics. You here 8 hours to do 8 hours work. Fuck it. Do it. Just get right down to the raw basics of whatever it is that's going on. Make a note of it. Fulfillment of wishes. Like I said, this is not really a challenge or an obstacle so much as it is just kind of pay attention. So yeah, make a note of that. Make a note of where you are. Make a note of how you feel things coming back into balance. Make a note of how you feel while things are coming back into balance. And for any number of you, it could be anything. It could be the birth of a grandbaby, a baby. It could be the death of somebody. It could be the purchase of a house, a car. However that's resonating with you. When it comes to the fulfillment of wishes, make a note Just make a note of what's going on and how you feel. Gonna come in handy in the future, I promise. Ask your spirit helpers. You kind of trying to figure out what you mean the prosperity begins. What you mean? And just what that got to do? Yeah. Ask your spirit helpers to show you where you may need to stop grinding down so hard. Where maybe it would be nice to have a date night or do something with your kids if you don't have a partner yet. I'm just saying. Ask your spirit helpers to show you what you need to see. Yeah. To show you what you need to see. Sometimes that might just be something as simple as you getting a cup of tea, cup of coffee, whatever, having a seat and just kind of just drifting. Just checking things out so you can see where the prosperity really is in your life, but you've been so busy grinding, you done just missed all of it. And as always, that spontaneity, time for crayons, time to just come out your box and do something different. You don't literally have to do the crayon thing. You get the message, but damn it, do the crayon thing. What the hell? Why not? But you got to get in the present. Feels like a lot of y'all are just stuck in little certain parts in the past and in the future, but you ain't here. And that ain't working. And then when you get to what I want and I've been trying to manifest it and it won't happen, that's why. Because you ain't doing enough crayons. And that's counterintuitive to us. We feel like, especially in this society, you got to work really hard to get things to happen. Yeah, you know what? No, you really don't. They ask the universe for something, drop it and let it go, and go crayon. Do something simple. Ask the universe to show you a feather. That's easy. You ain't got no attachment to fucking feathers. What the hell? And see how fast feather comes to you. Ask for the feather and forget about it. Go color. And see how fast that feather manifests. And let that be the guide light for you. That's all you have to do is ask for it and forget about it. Taurus, I love you. I'm going to leave it here. I hope everybody has a good weekend, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.